The size of the HTML elements can be changed using the width and height properties. Now, as we saw in the previous lessons, the workings are quite straightforward. We can change the width and height of this button, for instance. Let's try it out. Let's give the width of 500 pixels and the height of 300 pixels. And by doing so, we push down all the other content and we created a very nice looking button. Now, as with the font size, we do create a problem by using pixels. Because if we resize our screen, the width remains the same number of pixels. So when we make this screen a lot smaller, we can see that the button now exceeds the screen size. And this can be problematic in your A/B tests as well. Therefore, it is much better to use percentages. For instance, when we check out our column, which we are using for our A/B tests, we can see that the width is set to 29.667%. And this is of course the percentage of the width of its parent. So when we make the parent a lot smaller, and let's set it to 600 pixels, like this, the width of this column, as you will see, is still 29.667%, which in this case is 177.997 pixels. Now with percentages, a block could become very wide or narrow on certain screen sizes. So you might want to set a minimum or maximum width. So let's try this out. We still have the column selected and let's set a minimum width of 300 pixels. Now whatever happens, this block will be at least 300 pixels wide. And we can do the same for a max width. Let's set the max width to 50 pixels. And now this column will never get bigger than 50 pixels. Now if we check out our final A/B test right here, we can see that we slightly increase the size of the image. So let's go to our preview mode and check out the code. We can see that the max width is set to 100% and the height is set to auto. So this means that the width is 100% of the parent, which in this case is the image wrapper. And the auto height means it automatically adjusts the height based on the content. Now let's write a nice selector for this image. We know it's part of this column over here. So let's copy this. Click plus here. Don't forget the dot. And we need the image within this class. Now the image isn't that big, so let's use pixels for this. So let's set the width to 140 pixels. And as the height is set to auto, the height automatically adjusts itself and is now also 140 pixels high, simply because the image is a square. So this code looks nice. Let's copy it and paste it in our own code for the A/B test right here.